Captaintreacherous, Art Speed, and now Racing Hill. In a few short years, Alanya Racing has become a proven maker of stallions. Find out how Tony Alanya's commitment to excellence, hard work, and integrity is the ideal environment to produce champions. Contact Tony today, 815-514-3061, or visit us at alanyaracing.com.
And they're off. Ms. McGillicuddy's out fast. Some royalty is off stride, so Ms. McGillicuddy squaring off with For All One Is Worth as Anya is sent out to challenge.
On the outside, Prairie Diamonds just not going away, and Prairie Diamonds to settle the score. Nowhere to go, not going to get there. Finishing well is Lucky Ava. Here comes Lucky Ava on the outside in time, and she was 21-1.
Hey, I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update. Erv Miller's name is synonymous with developing standardbred champs. Year after year, the previous United States Trainer of the Year sends out top performers. So what's in store for 2018? We're about to find out. Erv, before we get to talking about breeding with horses, I have to say that I believe that you are the most successful sire in harness racing.
right?
Well,
I agree. I got a couple great kids.
I know.
And how about this? Just a grandbaby.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, let's start with the kids first before we get to the next generation. But Hannah and Marcus, both exceptionally incredible drivers and hard workers.
Yeah, they both do well. They're both dedicated to the sport, I think. So they really like the horses.
So now the grandbaby. We got to talk about the grandbaby. A son, right?
Right. Magnus Drew.
Okay. And that's Marcus's son. So congratulations to you, Marcus. Have you changed any diapers yet, Erv?
I don't know. I'm sure he has. I haven't. I've only been there for a couple days. So that was way too early for me to get involved.
Grandbabies are fun. My mom always said if she knew that grandsons were going to be so much fun, she would have had them first.
And there you go. Great idea. Great idea.
Okay, now we're going to talk about some of the horses in your barn. First off, how many do you have here at Southern Oaks?
We have 102 stalls. When we started, we had a few more than that, but I think we're down to 101 now.
And we're talking just 2- and 3-year-olds, so how are they broken up?
Right, we've got, so we just counted them 66 2-year-olds and 35 3-year-olds.
Okay. Where do you race primarily as far as stakes are concerned?
I go to Pennsylvania and race Pennsylvania, New York with the biggest group of them, but then we also send a small barn to Indiana of about 15 or 20.
Now the 2-year-olds, this is where it gets exciting, right? Because you've developed these horses and now you got to really see what they got. So we're going to start out with the first crop, Captaintreacherous, Peace Train. It's a colt.
Yeah, he's a colt that took a while to develop. You know, when we first broke him, he was a little behind the other ones and stuff, but we trained him today and he's really coming along nice, got a nice attitude, so hopefully he'll have a good future.
What did you like about him when you saw him?
He's really conformation correct. He's a really nice made horse. He's got extra length. He's got a long girth on him.
Okay. How about Rockin' Jimmy Brown? It's a rock and roll heaven.
Yeah, he's a homebred of Don Van Witzenberg and George Glomus, and he's out of a mare I used to race, Ideal Ginny, I believe is her name, and he just a really nice put together horse and does his work really well.
Next up is a Rockin' Image, and it's Rockin' Rico, and actually this is a name change from Party Girl.
Right. We bought her at Lexington. She's actually a sister to one I had a couple years ago, and she's just a little bigger frame than the other ones, why I bought her, and Indiana bred, so she's getting along really nice, does her work well.
Yeah, we want to mention that 3 years in a row, Horses of the Year have been Indiana bred. So that's definitely a sire stakes group that you want to get involved in. So now we've got a Western Ideal, and it's a more. It's a name change from Amnesiac Hanover.
Yeah, she's a really nice filly. We bought her at the Goshen sale. Didn't pay a lot for her, but she's really coming along nicely.
And a couple trotters to touch on: an Explosive Matter, Explosive Mel.
She's a homebred that just from the day we broke her, has just done everything right. She's got a good attitude. I think we went around 24 with her today. She just does what you want her to, and trots nice.
And then finally, a Muscle Mass that we have, and it's Massive Vodka, also a name change from Stonebridge Strike.
Right, and he's a brother to Tito, a 3-year-old we didn't mention earlier that had a really nice year for us last year. Made almost $250,000. He's also in the barn and coming back good, and this colt just the same as the other colt broke out last year, a little bit lazy, but this one's a little bigger frame, so see what happens.
Now, when you first get that sales book, because we're talking like there's so much studying to do when it comes to going to these sales, what do you do when you get that sales book? Crack it open, and what do you look for?
Yeah, it's mainly for me, it's confirmation. I go look at the horses. I let most of the owners pick out the sale book and the pages they like and stuff, but I like individuals. If I see a good individual, that's what I try to buy.
Okay, good to know. Thank you again so much to the Erv Miller Stable for having us here today. Take care. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and trusted news source and the fastest growing publication in the game. HRU has you covered with award-winning features and commentary from some of the sport's best writers. Stellar photography, race news, results, entries, handicapping, and video replays. The industry's most comprehensive sales results and Harness Racing's best reader feedback section. And it's all delivered free of charge to your email box multiple times each week. See why HRU is the most trusted news source of the sport's most important people from all facets of the industry. Subscribe today for free. To subscribe, just go to harnessracingupdate.com and then click subscribe for free.